Alright everyone, this is Kev the Retro Game Crusader, and this is another Friday Foursome. This is the third one, and it's 4 gaming regrets. Uh, it was quite hard to think of 4. I could think of 3 really easy, but the fourth one took a while, and it's a mix and match of different things, which is pretty cool. The first one is earlier last year I sold my sealed copy of Xenoblade, which I was kind of bummed about. I sold it to get some money when I was like broke at one point. I bought it off into Ghost, and I did plan on actually opening it once I got like the Wii U, and I mixed the I missed the times. Like when I got the Wii U, I didn't have the game, and I never had a Wii at the time, so it was like missed the chance. But in a couple of weeks, the Xenoblade for the new 3DS is coming out, so I'm gonna be ordering that soon. So hopefully it's the same quality. I think it's slightly meant to be better the way it looks because it's on a smaller screen. But if I wanted to buy the game again, it wouldn't be sealed, or it would be about 50 quid to 80 quid easily. I bought it off them for I think just under 40, which was great at the time, and it's probably great now. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles on the way. I regret selling that, even though I never played it. That's the reason. Number 2 is one that's been going on a long time. I've never ever been into horror or something with jump scares. I just don't like it for some reason. I don't understand. So I've never been into games like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and stuff like that. I've given them chances. I can watch people play them, but once I even touch a controller with something like that, my interest just dies. And I've always regretted not liking survival horror because, as you can see, most of the early Resident Evil games and all sorts were mint. I watched a friend play Resident Evil 4 the day it came out on the GameCube from start to finish, and I loved watching it. But if I turned it on for myself, I would just look at it and go, "This is not for me." I think one of the first games I got on the GameCube was the remake of the first Resident Evil, and I played about 10 minutes and I was like, nope. And then I think one of the latest ones was, I think I played Silent Hill Homecoming on the 360 like 5 years ago. I played about 10 minutes of that and I went, nope. But there seems to be loads of decent like horror games at the minute, especially on PC, like Fri- what's it? Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, and the third one coming out. And stuff like that I would be interested in, but I know I would just not. It's very like baby reasons, but I don't like horror. Okay, the third one is something I regret a lot, and I don't know if I'll ever take the plunge until maybe a few more years, but I've never played a Sega Saturn and I've never seen the actual console in person. I've seen one in box without seeing the console itself, and I've never seen anyone play one in life since the day it came out because everyone in my estate at the time only had PlayStation or N64, or when the Dreamcast came out, really, no one really seemed to have a Sega Saturn. It was like it was one or the other. It was never like one, the other, and the other, which was very weird. I wish I have played one, but it's never been like in front of us. I think someday I might actually buy one with a few games, probably some import type of stuff, and just give it a crack. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But I think eventually I will if it's all mostly 2D stuff. I know everyone goes on about Panzer Dragoon Saga and all that type of stuff, and it makes us just wonder would I like it? And I know that's got some decent like gun games, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, the Sega Saturn is something I've always wanted to play, but I've never put money down for just because I've never played it in general. And the fourth one, which was hard to think of, but it's another original Xbox type of game. In 2004, when the transition before the 360 was coming out, most people were selling the original Xboxes to the shop round here called Granger Games, and most of the consoles at the time, like the PS2, the Xbox, and the GameCube, were getting sold very cheap. The GameCube was £20 second hand without a box. The Xbox was £50, and I think the PlayStation was about 40. And at the time, I wanted to play San Andreas tons, and obviously, I didn't have it for the Cube, which was my main console at the time. So my brother-in-law at the time went and found out about this deal, so he went and picked up an Xbox, which I own that very console he bought. And then 2 weeks later, I bought the same console, but not this one, like another just original Xbox, and I had that for a few years. But the main regret is when I went and bought loads of like second-hand games at the time. It was loads like uh, I went and picked up San Andreas, Fable One, a few more like games like that. The one I mentioned in the last video, the Bard's Tale, loads of stuff like that. But I picked up one and it looked funky, and it was like loads of copies of it, and it was called Stubbs the Zombie, and it ended up being one of the hidden gems of the system that most people go on about. And it's a quite costly game now, and it will be a game eventually I'll pick up, but it's very like costly, and it feels weird that sometimes you might pick up a game, look, go, I don't know if that'll be good or not, and then like years later see like a review and it's like, damn, I missed out on that. And also another game that I missed out on, which I'd seen loads of, was Psychonauts. Like that looked weird and stuff, but I know I can get both of them on Steam, but it's not the same. So eventually one day I'll pick up both of them because I have a decent original Xbox collection. I think someday though I'll buy the Steel Battalion proper mech stuff, but I know that'll take up a lot of room, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't own that one at the minute. This has been Kev, the Retro Game Crusader, and thank you for watching.